Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. Today we're going to do a quick short video of r/Fatlogic. Probably also going to do another one tomorrow morning, posting this late in the evening because I had to work and I've been crazy. Anyway, we're just going to get into my favorite subreddit on this channel, and we're doing it again tomorrow. At me if you have a problem with it, okay? Food addiction is not a thing. It is absolutely, positively a fucking thing. If you admit it or not, it's a fucking problem. And if you're saying it's not a thing, best believe you probably have a food addiction, okay? Just saying. I want to be skinny, but don't care how other people look. Well, you do. We've been socialized in fat hate, seeing fat people as lazy, undesirable, and morally bankrupt. You can't uphold an idea of thinness and pretend you don't know why. It's because you don't want to be fat. But just because I personally don't want to be fat doesn't mean I care if you're fat. If you want to be fat, go ahead. If you want to eat until you're full and don't want to move, go ahead. If you want to eat more food than should be humanly possible, go ahead. Just don't fucking complain when you look the way you look if someone else doesn't look that way. Like, no one cares that you're fat. We care that you complain about everyone else who's not fat. Just like fat people don't like it when skinny people talk about them being fat and like unhealthy and shit like that. But yet you do the same thing to skinny people because they don't live their life like you. A quick PSA. A person with obesity isn't any less stigmatized than an obese person. The problem isn't where you put the word person. The problem is obese. A word that is recklessly, intentionally, and cruelly used to stigmatize and hurt fat/plus size people. I really don't understand the problem with saying, oh, person with obesity instead of obese person, because a similar way of saying, you can either say a disabled person or a person with a disability. To me, I don't have a disability, so maybe it is hurtful to be like, you're a disabled person instead of saying a person with a disability. But to me, saying it that way, the way I said it sounded really rude, like you're a disabled person. But like just saying a disabled person or a person with a disability, just from my point of view, doesn't seem that bad. Same with a person with obesity or obese person, sounds the same to me because I am an obese person. Neither one of them, sounds worse to me. But I think both statements are true. Now, the other part, the word stigmatize. Obesity stigmatizes fat people and blah, 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 blah. What does that even mean? What do you actually mean when you say obesity stigmatizes fat people? Like, I want you to explain it to me without actually using that word, because you're just using trigger words to make your argument sound true, but you actually don't know what the fuck you're saying. Like, honestly, I want someone to break down what you mean when you say obesity stigmatizes fat people, and it's a medical fucking term. Imagine if you shopped in brick and mortar stores. Imagine if you had to pay in full for every piece you want to try on, plus a try-on surcharge. If you don't like it, the full price will be refunded in a few weeks, but the surcharge won't. You have to pay another surcharge because the piece didn't work for you. That's the experience many fat people have in order to buy clothes. So I'm going to assume the surcharge is when you order online and you pay for delivery, and then you have to pay for delivery to get it sent back. Do you realize that's for anyone who buys clothes online, not just fat people? I'm confused. Do you not realize that? That's how it works. If you buy something online, you don't like it, and you return it, depending on where you shop, sometimes you have to pay for freaking returns. You have to pay for delivery for returns. That's just how it is. It's not just something that happens. Although, unless I'm thinking about this wrong, because I don't know what else they're talking about. Like, you would have a surcharge for buying clothes. Like, where are you buying your clothes? Because this wouldn't happen if you buy your clothes in person. So this has to be something that happens online. And I'm just assuming you mean it's the delivery fee. But once again, this also happens for skinny people if they buy clothes online that don't fit. Buying clothes online is hard. Sometimes you're normally a size 6, but you buy something online in a size 6 and it doesn't fit because that store apparently wants to do their sizes differently. And You know, either you're stuck with a pair of pants you don't fit, or you have to pay a delivery fee to return it. Simple as that. I mean, if you're gonna complain about something, don't complain about something that isn't just for fat people. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you guys like down below. If you enjoy me, make sure you subscribe because I do videos like this all the time. And let's get back to the craziness. You really don't have to exercise if you don't want to. It is a choice. You don't even need an explanation. You simply just ain't gotta want to do it. Reading that sentence hurt my soul. Remember that when people are posting shit to guilt and shame you into exercising. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I think I said this in my last video as well. If you don't care what other people think about you, they can't guilt or shame you into doing anything. And it's not even at first when I was reading this first half, I was like, oh, you know, maybe a family member is trying to guilt you into working out. No, this is just some random person posting something on their page about working out, and you are relating that to yourself about guilt and shame into exercising because you know you shouldn't be as big as you are. And you're guilty that you're that big, and you're ashamed that you're that big. And you know exercising would help you be that big. So now you feel guilt and shame for not doing those things to be smaller. But this is all how you're internalizing someone else's fucking post. It has nothing to do with you exercising. They're not trying to shame or guilt you. You are shaming and guilting yourself because you are ashamed of your size. Because if you weren't ashamed of your size, someone posting something about working out would not guilt or shame you into working out. And also, if you loved yourself and was as confident as you pretend to be, you wouldn't care what someone else posted. There are many kids who subsist on candy and spend hours glued to the TV, but we aren't concerned about their health. They don't get lectured at the doctor for their unhealthy habits. For some reason, we're only extremely concerned about the fat kid. Hello, fatphobia. I am never going to buy into the idea that concerned trolls actually care about fat people's health. Nah, it's called fatphobia. Okay, I don't know about you. And I'm gonna break down. So I have two nieces, right? They are 10 and 7. They're about to be 11 and 8. Anyway, they're 10 and 7. And they're very active kids. They both play softball and baseball. They both love running around. They're outside every day. But there are some days, you know, where they're just glued to their tablets and they eat a lot of sugar and chips and candy. And I am concerned. Like, we buy snacks for the week and they will be gone in one day from those two. Just those two. And even me as an obese person, I'm just like, I am concerned. I would be more concerned if they were literally never outside. But I am sometimes concerned about how they eat because I think about when they get older. If they get more into the less playing sports and more into just being on their tablet all day, they continue to eat the junk the way they do, they might start looking like me. They're not my kids, so I don't say anything to them about it because they're children. I do be like, you guys ate a whole bag of chips last night? Yeah. It's like, you're not hungry, but you want to eat ice cream? Yeah. You know, I'm just like, okay. I ask them about the choices that they're making, but they're not my kids, and they're still healthy kids right now. The problem is when those healthy kids and their unhealthy habits start to affect their lives as they get older. And that's when people become concerned. I do believe doctors should be more concerned when they're still in a healthy range but having unhealthy habits. But if you're already a kid and you're already fat, that's a whole nother ball game. That's extreme. You are doing something extremely wrong. If you are a young kid and are extremely overweight. A little chunky, you know, people grow out of that. My niece was a little, another niece of mine was a little chunky and she grew out of that and now she's very normal weight once she hit puberty. But like when you are extremely overweight as a child, it's a concerning thing. And for me, I don't look at the child one bit. I look at their parents and like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like your kid looks like that. Who's buying the food? Who's feeding them? Who is not having them be active? Like, and if they are active and they're still really big, they are eating a lot. Like it's a lot. Kids burn a lot of energy. So for a kid to be really big, they're eating way too much. And hell yes, their doctor should be concerned. Okay, that was all for this quick little short video I'm going to do today. This should be up around 8 o'clock at night. Really late for me to post, but like I literally spontaneously decided to record today. I wasn't going to record because I had a long day at work, but I'm gonna record today. I also have another Fatlogic video tomorrow, which will be me being more angry and me being more loud because it's early in the morning and I'm more motivated to do the videos. Anyway, if you guys like this, make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Tell me your comments, tell me your thoughts. If you guys like me, you guys can follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.